Hello there, wrestling fans. It's me, Team Rai, back with another excellent podcast. And yes, I am gonna do my 2013 WWE Money in the Bank review. And I have a special guest. Go ahead, my friend, introduce yourself.
I am Thrash Maniac 99. It's glad to be back here with you, Rai.
Oh, thank you very much. This is awesome. Been a while, man. Okay,
It does.
now it will be the pre-show. The Usos versus the Shield for the Tag Team Champs of the World. So what's your thoughts? And I'll give my thoughts on this.
I thought this match was a fucking awesome tag team match, and definitely by far, this has been the best pre-show match they've done since they've been doing the pre-show since Mania 28. This match was a pretty good to great match, and I think with how the Usos did in this match, it shows that they may win the titles somewhere down the road before the year's over. And the Shield ended up winning, which was cool. So, yeah, it was a pretty good to great match.
Now I was there last night, not the event at Hooters. I got there real early. That's kind of weird that they actually show this on pay-per-view. Now, did they show this on pay-per-view or how they show this on TV, buddy?
Oh, I just watched it on the stream.
Oh, okay, but it was kind of, I don't know how they did this. Maybe it was just they use it, the tapping through the internet, like the I don't know. Now I don't know if you know a guy named Steven Breach. He was wondering one of his videos, how can you watch the pre-show, and he was wondering, can you watch it on your phone? And I said yes, if you have the internet, right?
Yeah, well, you can watch it on the WWE app.
Okay, well, go ahead, say that right now if you watch listening. So go ahead, let him know, buddy.
Alright, if Stevie Breach, if you're watching this, by the way, I'm a big fan of yours. I actually like your videos, but to watch the pre-show on your phone, you just have to download the WWE app, and whenever the pre-show starts, click on the app and look for the match, and click play, and booyah, you're good to go.
Or I guess you could go on Yahoo or Google. I think there's a lot of different ways to check out the pre-show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I prefer to call it pre-show than kickoff. This is not a football game, but it's what it is. What it is. But I really enjoy this match. I guaranteed, my friend, this feud is not over from a long shot. Hopefully not, but you never know. But though, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, now to kick off, actually, the kickoff, Money in the Bank, live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay, my friend, kick it off.
Alright, the opener of the show was the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match featuring Dean Ambrose, Jack Swagger, Antonio Cesaro, Damian Sandow, Cody Rhodes, Fondung Hole, as I call him, and the last guy, did I say Dean Ambrose?
I think so. I don't remember.
Wade Barrett.
Yes. Okay. Overall, I think the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match was a very, very good ladder match. They had some hits and bumps and great holy shit moments, and I really surprised that Cody Rhodes' partner took it away, and we all know that they're gonna continue, and we all most likely these two guys are now, it's official, gonna break up. I mean, they did not say that last night, but you guys should tell, right, my viewers, and right, my friend.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts on this bizarre ending on this ladder match?
Well, overall, I thought the match was a great Money in the Bank. Not as great as the second one, which we'll get into, but still pretty great. When Cody Rhodes was in there by himself and he was climbing, I was like, go Cody, damn it. Because Cody, in my opinion, was the one in the match who deserved to win that match more than any of them. But all of a sudden, Sandow comes in. I was like, what?
I know, out of nowhere. Now, a lot of people on YouTube, they were going for like Jack Swagger and his partner. Now, from my point of view, I discussed with my friend Tony. What up, Tony? Jack Swagger will not win the belt because he had a lot of issues right now. So maybe down the road he will, because look at what happened. Orton, he had a lot of problems and he cleared it up, and we all know what happened last night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe one day Jack Swagger or Antonio will become champions, maybe tag team champions. But maybe, and then maybe another thing is they'll break up as a tag team and feud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is a good match. I really wish every time they have Money Bank, they could switch things around. I have Raw first, but then SmackDown. But we all know that Raw is the main ship, so they won't never do that. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, next match on the card will be what?
The next match was Intercontinental title match, The Miz versus champion Curtis Axel. Now this match here was okay. I mean, we all knew Curtis Axel was going to retain, and Miz pulled out an Eddie Guerrero and faked that Heyman hit him, and Heyman's like, I didn't hit him, and gets ejected, and the fans are just turning on the Miz as a face because Miz is not working as a face. At first, I kind of liked it in the beginning, but it's just really sunk right now.
Yep, same thing what happened to Real. At first, I kind of like it when it was faced, and I guess W says, you know what, this is not working. He's going back to heel, and it did, you know.
Yeah, I'll talk about that when we get to that match.
Okay, sorry, but I really that IC title match was okay, but it will never ever compete against last Peru Payback because I was there live. Plus, the atmosphere in Chicago was more better than the one in Philly. Maybe that's just my theory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, next match on the card.
Chris Jericho versus Ryback.
Or AK Ryback, you know?
Or Rye Bitch.
Yeah, whatever you want to call me, yeah.
I thought this match was okay to good. I give Jericho an A for effort for trying to make it look great. It was basically Jericho versus a broomstick.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Ryback wins with a fucking roll-up, and it's like, oh, Ryback's supposed to be a human wrecking ball, or a big badass. He ain't no badass right now. They're pushing him as a pussy, and that's bullshit, in my opinion.
Yep.
I mean, he could still be a badass. He could still be a badass when he's a heel, not make him a pussy heel. That's just retarded.
Yep. I mean, overall, I think, I don't know if just me, I think Jericho did most of the fucking work, but overall, it was an okay match, you know what I'm saying? But we all know that, what you said a few minutes ago, right back to the freaking broomstick, or a bitch, or crybaby, whatever you want to call him, you know?
Yeah.
But this match is okay. This match could be like on a pre-show instead of the Shield, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's what it is, but okay, next match on the card will be
The Divas title match, AJ versus Caitlyn. This match was actually pretty good for a Divas match. I haven't seen Payback, so I can't judge their match there. I'm gonna have to wait to get it on Blu-ray when it comes out this week.
Yep.
But yeah, this was a pretty good Divas match between AJ and Caitlyn, and I'm loving this feud. I think this feud is definitely revitalizing and rejuvenating the Divas division, especially with also the Divas they have in NXT. Like, I finally, last week, I finally watched NXT for the first time under their new format, and I loved it. I'm gonna post a review on it soon. Yeah, I think Caitlyn and AJ, their match was pretty damn good, and I knew AJ was going to retain, and it was cool how she did by tapping her out with the Black Widow. That's an awesome submission.
Now, is that a move from Victoria from TNA, or what move is that from? What's the move?
I think Gail Kim did that move or something.
Who does it better, do you think?
I think AJ does it better.
Okay. Now, I just hopefully, I know nobody will agree with me. I really, hopefully, they push the Divas division to the top like they used to do back in the day with Lita, Trish, and Xer, but that was a different era. And because I know a lot of wrestling fans, when you go to a lot of events or go watch at Hooters, that's like a bathroom break, and that's kind of sad. You know, you pay all that good money, and you want to see the whole card awesome. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you get like a iffy. You know what I'm saying? Like on paper, oh, it's gonna be shitty, but when you're there or on TV, holy shit, it's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, next match
is the World Heavyweight title match, Alberto Del Rio, Dolph Ziggler. This match, all year, Ziggler and Del Rio have put on really good to great matches, and this was one of them. I don't think this wasn't as good as their match on Main Event back in March. Like I said, I haven't watched Payback, so I can't judge that. But this was still, in my opinion, a great match between these two. Ziggler pulled off a freaking X Factor from the top rope. That was an awesome move. And the finish, I don't mind it, because really, when you think about it, with AJ coming in and she whacked the shit out of Del Rio with that title belt. Really, if you look at the bigger picture, which is a problem with the community today, they don't care to see the bigger picture here like this. It's extending two storylines: the Del Rio Ziggler feud and the storyline of Ziggler going to break up with AJ, and once he does, AJ's going to be even more psycho than she already is.
Oh yeah.
This was a great match in my opinion.
But I'm not a big fan of like DQ like that, especially on a fucking pay-per-view. You pay good money if you're there live, or if you're at Hooters, or if you're at home. But sometimes you don't pay at home because you like to stream it. You know what I'm saying, my friend?
Yeah, and also I almost forgot. I kind of preluded to this earlier when we were talking about The Miz, but Del Rio, I personally liked him as a face better because, and it's kind of crazy to say it, but in my opinion, when he was a face, he kind of reminded me a little bit of Eddie Guerrero in a way. And then, because I could not stand him as a heel when he first came in, because it's basically a Mexican, it was basically a Mexican JBL, and that's not a good mix, if you ask me.
Nope.
I kind of like him as a heel now than he was then, because his heel character now is a little more believable, in my opinion. But I prefer him as a face, because I'm one of those few people who liked him as a face. I enjoyed it, but him as a heel, now that because he ain't no longer the Mexican JBL in my book and he's a heel, I can appreciate his current heel run more.
Yeah, when he first came in, instead of someone's driver for him, he have rent a cars or his own cars. I don't know. Frankly, I don't give a shit. But it's kind of different. But I wish that we could come out with a different idea than another rich dude, or I can't really pronounce. I can't really figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But do you think what the guy we're discussing, Alberto Del Rio, will be a Hall of Famer down the road, or do you think that's a long process for him?
I don't know. I think it's a little too soon to say if he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, true, but he's got to be in good terms with the WWE. Plus, I don't know. He just got to be in good terms with WWE. That's all it comes down to, really.
Yeah.
Okay, next match. Oh wait. Before we get that, I think this is a good match. What we discussed a few minutes ago, but I was kind of shocked that AJ wasn't involved. But we'll find out more leading up to probably tonight on Raw. A main event, SmackDown, and a SummerSlam. This storyline is not over from a long shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, next match. Go for it.
Next match, WWE title match, John Cena and Mark Henry. In my opinion, it was better than what I was expecting. It was decent to good, in my opinion. I liked it. I mean, at first, when I did my own review, I said it was okay. Thinking back, and looking back on it, it was decent to good. I enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, Cena was going to win, of course, but, I mean, yeah, I'm a Cena guy. I always go for Cena over anybody else in a match, but I wanted Mark Henry to win. But, I mean, it's all setting up. Well, I'm going to talk more about it in the next match, but, yeah, Cena won. It was a decent to good match, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it makes me mad. I know you're a huge Cena fan, but Mark Henry been with the WWE since the WWE era, right?
Since '96, yeah.
Yeah. He got injured. He had a lot of problems. backstage.
Yeah, and he'd been loyal with the company for
Yes,
years.
and he was world champion. That was awesome. Great run. He was ECW brand. The WWE brand that don't mean jack shit. And what else did he win?
He did win the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, that's what I said a few months ago. Did he win tag team belts or no?
Tag team titles?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm not sure. I know he won the European title once.
Okay, it's been so many moons ago, but now, do you think this Mark Henry John Cena feud is over, or do you think it's going to continue at SummerSlam, or what? Let me hear your thoughts.
I don't see him having another match at SummerSlam. Maybe one tonight on Raw, possibly, but I don't see them having their match at SummerSlam because of another match.
Yeah, I mean, is that kind of sad? He had one opportunity, and that's it. I mean, if this happened in real life, John Cena, Mark Henry would destroy John Cena, correct?
Probably.
I mean, look at what happened in Raw. While back or recently, John Cena can't lift the Mark Henry. It happened before on Raw. The only reason they say that because they want you paying for the freaking pay-per-view,
Yeah.
And it makes me mad. And look at it, on that match, it took him forever to lift it until like towards the end of the match, he finally did the FU or AK the attitude adjustment, whatever you want to call it, and then he make him tap out, and the rest is history. But it was an okay match. That match should be like on Raw or SmackDown. Even it's not even worthy beyond pay-per-view quality. But that's just my opinion, my friend. That's it.
Yeah.
But I just hopefully Mark Henry down the road will become WWE champion before he hangs it up. For officially, no more storyline.
Yeah.
Okay. Next man. Wait. This is kind of weird. I'm sorry to cut you off. This is the first time in a while that John Cena is not in the main event,
Yeah, and it's because of the next match, because this was the focus point.
Yes.
The Raw Money in the Bank match. Daniel Bryan, Christian, CM Punk, Randy Orton, and Sheamus, and the returning Rob Van Dam. And I was actually surprised that they didn't have a replacement for Kane. I figured it would have been either Bray Wyatt or Rey Mysterio returning. And even some people, like when I was on Simon Michael HD's pay-per-view pre-show yesterday, he and a couple other guys were saying Brock Lesnar would have gotten in, which I didn't think that would happen. But the match itself here, in my opinion, the better Money in the Bank match, and one of the best ones I've ever seen. RVD did really damn good in this match. I mean, fucking doing a 5-star frog splash from the top of the ladder. That was insane. And also, Daniel Bryan drop kicking Sheamus off the top rope through the ladder. That was cool.
Hell yeah. Because, was it like... I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, and then when Daniel Bryan was climbing up the ladder, all of a sudden Curtis Axel came out, which was so weird. And then Punk climbs up and Heyman's there. Now, this was my favorite part of the whole match. Paul Heyman fucking destroyed Punk with that ladder. I was expecting it to be Brock Lesnar coming in and beating the shit out of Punk and doing what Heyman did, but I kind of saw this coming. Not at Money in the Bank, but maybe like tonight or next week or something like that. I could have seen this coming, but holy shit, Paul Heyman made Punk bleed. Hell, speaking of that, earlier in the first Money in the Bank, Cody Rhodes bled. In this match, Randy Orton bled, RVD bled, CM Punk bled. There's been more blood on this show than it's been in the last 4 years combined. That's weird. And Punk and RVD had to have each 13, 14 staples in their heads. That was pretty crazy. And Punk was the one who bled the worst. I mean, holy shit. And then all of a sudden we see RVD climbing up, and then Orton pulls him down, pulled him off the ladder, and caught him with an RKO. That was an awesome RKO. And then Randy Orton wins Money in the Bank, which, like I said, at first, seeing it live, I was like, what? And then looking back on it, I'm going to give it a chance because I think it's building up for something good. And I did say the only logical reason they would have him win Money in the Bank is for him to turn heel. Well, here's this, and We Are Pro Wrestling mentioned this on his review, and I think this would be pretty interesting. Randy Orton cashes in, and the match I was talking about when Cena won, it's building up for a possible Cena-Daniel Bryan title match at SummerSlam, which is still a chance. So we just have to see on Raw tonight, see if that's going to start up or not. But, Punk and Daniel Bryan go out there and have match of the year, quality match, at SummerSlam for the title. Daniel Bryan wins by tap out, and then Orton will come out and cash in on Bryan, and then we'll see an Orton-Bryan feud for the title, which will be pretty damn good. And then after a bit, Paul Heyman will realize Orton's been doing pretty good, so he wants to turn him into a Paul Heyman guy. Orton turns heel, joins up with Heyman to have Orton go after Punk, and then have it to build up. If Punk does resign with the company after his contract's done, then they can do this. Orton Punk for the title at WrestleMania, and Punk will take the belt off him.
Oh, that'd be sweet, because I know I have a lot of history. Plus, speaking of that ladder match, I thought Curtis Axel was a replacement of Kane. I know he's not a former world champion. You know what I'm saying, Tony? I'm sorry, Tony. You're not Tony. Oh my gosh, I messed up. What's your name again? I'm sorry. What?
Levi.
Levi. I'm sorry. Trash. Oh my gosh, I kind of messed up. I'm sorry. I'm so used to having Tony. I'm doing a podcast all this time, but sorry everyone. But what I was saying about the match on the Raw side, of course, it was a better one because everyone gives a shit about Raw than SmackDown. But I was very surprised he Axel. What about you in that match?
I was surprised to see him in there too, because it was like, I was expecting, here was the thing I was expecting the most. This is how I think the finish should have been. If I had to rebook the match, here would be the ending I would rebook it for. Punk climbs up to the ladder, and he's got his hand on the briefcase. Then out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar will come out and just destroy Punk, bust him open, F5 him off of the steps through the announce table, and then Brock will leave, and then Daniel Bryan would sneak his way in and win the match. If I had to rebook the ending, that's how I would have done it, but it is what it is.
Okay.
I'm just gonna think positive about Orton winning because I think it's building up for something good.
Okay, this is my theory. Punk goes up. I mean, he kick ass, take names. Everyone's out except him. He climbs a freaking ladder. Instead of Paul Heyman beat the shit out of him, Lesnar's music come. It's a distraction, and Wade Barrett wins. Not Wade Barrett. Who else? You know what? For the hell of it, I say RVD. I know he's a short-term guy, but he could won the whole thing, and cost him the victory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I guess this is gonna play out good, but we'll find out in the weeks to come. And overall, this is a pretty good Money in the Bank. It was not one of the best Money in the Bank in WWE history, but it's pretty damn awesome. And no freaking pyro that much, right, in this show?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot. In my opinion, like I said, I haven't watched Payback, and I heard Payback was a phenomenal pay-per-view. But other than Payback, I think this has been the best pay-per-view of the year so far. It beats WrestleMania by a bit. But once I do see Payback, maybe that will be the pay-per-view of the year for me once I watch it. But so far for me, the top 5 pay-per-views of the year, in my opinion, not counting Payback, because like I said, I haven't watched it yet. But number 5, Extreme Rules. Number 4, Royal Rumble. Number 3, Elimination Chamber. Number 2, WrestleMania. Number 1, Money in the Bank.
Cool. Are you gonna pick up Payback?
When I get $20, I'm gonna pick it up on the Blu-ray exclusive for Best Buy.
Yeah. Now, why? I know this has nothing to do with a review, but why is Best Buy got the exclusive? How you found out? I know my friend Tony told me about it the other day, and how you got the word?
I'm just gonna try to get it just from the website.
I know, but how you found out about it?
Oh, you go to www.dvdnews.com
okay.
for all the updates on DVD content and everything.
That sucks that the WWE doesn't have that Blu-ray version, only the DVD version. That sucks, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable why they don't put all the pay-per-views on DVD or on Blu-rays because of cost problems and stuff like that sometimes.
I know.
Every now and then they'll do.
I know they can afford it because they're a billing company. Now, I know they have, like, every year, then you have, like, a whole box set of DVD. Don't you think it'd be kind of cool? Had two different versions. Blu-ray, the best of, like, the pay-per-views, like, Rumble through TLC on Blu-ray, and then they have another copy on DVD version. You could take a pick, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they do that in, like, Europe. You can get the Blu-ray versions of all pay-per-views from the year.
So maybe one day we will do that, because I know a lot of people, United States, or don't have a Blu-ray player. I totally understand because it's very expensive, you know?
Yeah, which is why you should, like, for most part, PS3s, PS4s, they come with that Blu-ray feature, so you could watch them on there.
Correct. Another thing is, so what do you get this rating, my friend?
Well, on a 1 to 5 and 1 to 10 rating, I give it 3.5 out of 5 and about 8 out of 10. I think this is, in my opinion, the show of the year for WWE right now.
Yeah, so far, I mean, we have
SummerSlam or Survivor Series, or hell, even like TLC could top it eventually.
I just hopefully, if WWE was, make some great matches, great build-up, SummerSlam could be an awesome card. What's
yeah, I think it could be.
What's the anniversary of this?
This SummerSlam is the 25th, I believe.
Because I hopefully when 30th come around, hopefully it's huge. Like WrestleMania will be big also, but that will be another podcast. I think that's it. But I'm very I don't know, but we all know that tonight. I don't know if you heard, RVD will be there. Lesnar,
Brock Lesnar's going to be there too.
Triple H, because they want to build up the matches for SummerSlam coming around the corner. Live from Los Angeles, California once again.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm gonna say. But overall, I really like this pay-per-view, and I will get it to add to my wrestling collection. Hopefully, it's an awesome cover. Hopefully, there's no like last year, like when John Cena held that freaking briefcase. That kind of ruined it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people didn't.
I have that on DVD too.
Huh?
I actually have that show on DVD. I actually have all the shows from last year except for Hell in the Cell. And yeah, that was the worst show, but it wasn't terrible.
No.
I just want to get it for 3 reasons. For my collection, for Sheamus Big Show, and for the Team Hell No moments.
Yeah, but it kind of pissed me off that no one replaced Kane. And Wyatt family has no reason to be there because he's not a world champion. That's why I want to go for it in that direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it would have made more sense if they put Rey Mysterio in, since he's supposed to be returning.
Yeah, maybe around SummerSlam, but he needs to come back. Because he's a high flyer, and I'm not a big Rey Mysterio fan, but we'll find out what's going to happen. He's going to retire soon. You just could tell, my friend.
Yeah, because of all them knee injuries and the fact that he's a year or 2 away from turning 40. yeah, he's going to retire pretty soon. Now,
40 out of wrestling ring is okay, but in the wrestling ring, that's a dangerous thing, because you are up and down and moving around, and, he's a future Hall of Fame, no doubt about it. I mean, that's just my theory. And I'm really surprised that WWE gets Orton another chance to become champ because he had 2 freaking strikes, right?
Yeah, it's like, to think about it, some people who out there say, oh, he's boring, he don't deserve any of this anymore, blah, blah, blah. It's like, he hasn't been in the WWE title picture for over 3 years. Yeah, he was World Heavyweight Champion in 2011, but after he lost the belt to Mark Henry, he'd been on the back burner and was in the doghouse last year for getting suspended and now going through the divorce. Before the divorce, we were thinking Orton's winding down and putting people over. Well, now that he got divorced, he's going to be back on
top
to the ranks.
So you trying to tell me if he's like champion again, he won't be boring no more? He's going to have some awesome matches with some number one contenders and all that good stuff?
I think if they turn him heel and do that, then yeah, he won't be boring.
It'd be cool if he turned heel last night, you know. But they won't do that because Paul Heyman did his whole official heel turn against Punk. You know what I'm saying? It makes more sense, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think they should done it. We all know it was so coming because I know you're gonna see Payback. You'll find out, but it's awesome. You know the way that Paul Heyman did and on Monday night and leading up to Money in the Bank and on Raw, and it's gonna be awesome. I think Paul Heyman is an awesome manager. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and actually, real quick before I go, I was gonna say that when Brad Maddox was announced to be Raw GM, which is so laughable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so retarded. If anybody in the company right now should be GM, it should either be Mick Foley or Paul Heyman. More Paul Heyman, because he's smart. He's a smart wrestling booker and all that stuff. So yeah, it would be cool if Paul Heyman would be GM. Actually, I want to bring up this quick little topic. The GM role has jumped the shark so many times. Nobody cares about it. It's like the general manager role hasn't been really relevant since Eric Bischoff was GM of Raw. It hasn't really been all that relevant since. Really, they need to just do away with a GM on both shows and just have, like, how it was in the 90s, a president or a commissioner of the company, and not be involved on TV too much, but just be in his office, like Gorilla Monsoon and Jack Tunney. Though, that was some good stuff back then. They need to go back to that instead of jumping the shark with the GM role and all that.
Yep, and another thing is the McMahon family needs to stay off camera, but they won't do that because this whole storyline between Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince, so they won't do that off camera until after WrestleMania, I'm hearing, you know.
Yeah.
And that is a bullshit, but that's their company. They could do anything they want to do. Another thing is, I forgot to mention about this, the new general manager for Raw had this funny video package for Vicky. She got fired. And what's your thoughts on that, real quickie?
I actually did think that was pretty funny because I cannot stand Vicky Guerrero. I was like, yes, when she was fired from GM, because she's not carrying on the Guerrero name. She's just burying it, really. I mean, because they don't ever really mention Eddie anymore. She don't mention Eddie hardly ever, which is a travesty in my opinion. If she's gonna carry on the Guerrero name, she should always be. I think she would be a good face and carry on Eddie's legacy and everything like that. But no, they have to make her a screaming heel, a screaming bitch that I don't care about, and I get tired of hearing her scream and talk because it sounds like nails on a chalkboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I tell you what,
it's like the WWE version of Madison Rayne.
Yeah, but I tell you what, she's not awesome, but she's a great heel. But I always think I just tone it down with the screaming. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to mute not mute it, but I had to change the channel. Yeah, and then last Monday, the McMahon family make her feel like a freaking ass. You know?
Yeah.
I know it's an easy paycheck with her, but from my opinion, I heard a lot of rumors, but she might be the new manager for Ryback or AK Ryback. There's a lot of rumors, and hopefully, I mean, that'd be a good fit for her back to a manager position, you know?
Yeah, but it's like, in my opinion, Ryback doesn't need a mouthpiece because since he's been a heel, he's been getting way better on the mic ever since. So I think he can talk for himself, but Vicky, if I had to pick anybody for Vicky to manage, even though I don't really like her as a manager, and I'm surprised Dolph Ziggler got as far as he did with Vicky by his side, but if I had to pick one person for Vicky to manage right now, I would probably say Damian Sandow.
Yep, and well, before we go, I know I'm continuing this. Do you think they should have just one? Instead of called Raw versus SmackDown, you know, one for, you know, because it's two different briefcases. Don't you think you should have just one color, you know, like for WWE, like Money in the Bank? I can't really explain, you know what I'm saying? Keep us, because it's not really, they don't have no more brands, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, because we have not have a draft in a long time. It's just a waste of airtime having a stupid draft, and I'm so glad they got rid of it, you know?
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, it's pointless because if John Cena went to SmackDown couple weeks later or months, he goes to Raw. So it's like, what's the purpose of it? I mentioned that a while back in one of my videos, but same thing for the Money in the Bank. Why have says Raw brand and a SmackDown brand if both guys on the same show once in a while? You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, you know what I'm saying? It's been like that for a while now, you know.
Yeah.
But overall, I really like this, and the crowd was great in Philly. And I'm not too sure if they say ECW. Did they say ECW in the crowd when the RVD came out?
No, I don't think when RVD came out, but they did do an ECW chant earlier in the show.
And it was awesome when the Dana Bryan came out. They say yes, yes, yes. You know what I'm saying? I was at Hooters, and the fans was going freaking nuts. Yes, I have some video footage when I was at Hooters. I missed that part when the fans say yes, yes, yes. So that's it for me, Team Rai. My review. I really like this. I can't I'll give you a rating because I suck at that. So that's all. My friend, you want to plug your channel one more time before we end this podcast?
Yeah, I actually have a few channels to plug. First, my main channel is ThrashManiac99. I'm up to 415 subs. And I plan on making a huge announcement regarding the future of the channel somewhere this week. Also, my group channel, The Wrestling Underdogs. For those who are subscribed to that channel, sorry we haven't been posting much stuff on there over the last several months, but we do plan on trying to get that back going in the near future. And the next channel, YWC Gamers Extreme, the gaming channel me and Fort Minor Project do together. And then last but not least, certainly not least, YWF Explosion, the Caw Wrestling Federation channel I'm a part of. And Explosion Mayhem episode coming next week. And then the fully loaded CPV, be on the lookout for that. I shall win the World Championship.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, you have a lot of channels.
I hope.
Well, congratulations on your channel, and that's it for that. And my Twitter is TeamRighty32. Check it out. Follow me if you want to. My YouTube name is Team Rai. Do you have a you want to tell everyone your Twitter name?
Oh yeah, my Twitter name is ThrashManiac99 as well.
Yeah, so check him out. He's awesome, and right now he's on summer vacation, right, dude?
Actually, I'm done with school forever. I am taking the summer off, and then like in the fall, I'm gonna try to find a job.
Oh wow! So maybe we could make more podcasts, huh?
Yeah, if you want to, or you can be a part of a podcast of mine. Heck, I do eventually plan on starting a podcast series where I talk about wrestling's past and stuff like that.
Okay, just let me know, and then if you get a hold of Fort Minor Project or one of you guys, I was gonna ask you if I could be one on your show, so let me know on a Sunday before the pay-per-view, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know were you on the show last night with Simon Diane last night, or Simon D?
Yeah, I was in there with Simon Nichol, HD, Fort Minor Project, Jekko Knight, Boston Fan 79, Eminem Howard 12, and Amir Y2J fan. And by the way, Rai, if you get the chance, check out not my review but the video before where all of us do a yes and no on near the end of the show. It was so funny.
Yeah, I heard that. So just tell whoever's in charge of it. I want to be part of it, and hopefully you be part of my Google Plus. Hey, by the way, you want to be on Google Plus tonight, or you don't feel like it after Raw?
I don't know. I think mostly after Raw, I just talk on Skype with some people, like regarding YWF stuff.
Okay, that's it. I think we talk enough. So everyone, have a great one. Enjoy this review, and that's about it. Enjoy Raw tonight. Hopefully this will be up before Raw. If not, sometime on Tuesday. So that's it for me. Rai, sign off. So you want to say goodbye, my friend?
Peace.
Deuces, and the tag team champions are freaking out here. Later. Goodbye.